Well, as you can see from behind me, we're in some Northwoods old growth pine forest looking to see if we can find any Fisher sign. And I am way behind where I should be. I was really sick after the videos you watched with me muskrat trapping. I was pretty sick for a few weeks. Really knocked the wind out of my sails. But we're back at it again, so let's go have a walk around and see what we can find. A little deer here by the look of it. The guys do deer hunting here, but I think there's some droppings there. Here, there. They're well weathered though. You see the deer here. There are trails all, I mean, this is big, big woods. That's some old growth pine trees there. As far as the eye can see. Hey, what are you doing? Looking for fishers? Did you see any? Not yet, we haven't. But there's so many trails, there's so many spots. I mean, this is thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of old growth trees. See up here, there's a ridge. Yeah, guys deer hunting here, so it's not unusual to find hair. This is really big property, so it's public access, but I can't use a vehicle on it. It's a water authority property. So looking on the roads for tracks is good, but you get guys coming in with work trucks and then it, obliterates all the tracks on the road. But you can walk for miles in here and not see the same spot twice. Coming in here in the dark, you need a GPS because it all looks the same. It all looks exactly the same, and that you will get turned around in here really quick and not find your way out. Come on, let's go back this way. But we're gonna look and see if we can see any sign. Even coyote sign. There's a fence that goes around the reservoir itself. I used to turkey hunt in here many moons ago. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of property in here. A lot. Had a lot of good experiences here. Seen some nice deer in here. Shot some turkeys in here. Got charged by a bear. That was fun. I've seen a lot of different animals in here. I've seen coyotes in here. Actually, I had an encounter with a black coyote quite a few years ago in here. There could be bobcat. I don't know. I'd have to set trail cameras up and do some proper scouting. It would take months. Take months to scout this. You just have to look for good locations and put some cameras up in some good spots, bait some cubbies, and then see what comes up at what shows up at the cubby. Kind of disappointed I didn't get any snow, but like I said, I'm way behind. I was sick for about 3 weeks, and that didn't help me out. 3 weeks I should have been scouting for fishers. But it's kind of a process of elimination. Same with the mink. I set traps in areas this year where I'd done like some prospect trapping for mink, and any areas where I seen sign I noted down. Any areas where I made no catches and didn't see any sign, I won't try again next year. I'll move on to somewhere else. Same with the fisher. I'm only going on hearsay. I know guys that bow hunt in here and gun hunt in here on a pretty regular basis. And some of those guys have caught pictures of fisher on trail cameras and stuff. See, tell me this wouldn't be a good pea post right here. Oh, put a trap right there. Coyote and fox urine on there. dynamite. Come on. So we're gonna have a look around and see what we see. Come on. Hey, where are you going? Wait for me. I only have 2 legs. Sniff out them fishers. We always have some more canine droppings. Weathered hard though. You can see the deer hair in it there. That's old though. We're looking for fresher stuff. Yeah, it's old, isn't it? Come on. We're looking for fresher stuff than that. Well, this is interesting. What is that off of? Well, it's got a little bit of white, a little bit of black. Could be a skunk. Could be a porcupine. Who knows? We'll never know because the rest of the animal ain't here. Well, a little bit further up the track, sure looks like a kidney. And some intestines there. So something got ripped apart. Well, we're quite a ways back in here now. I haven't seen any decent tracks on the logging access road here. Every now and again though, I'm finding fox droppings on the road. And sometimes, like where I'm coming to now, there's areas where, man, I wish I had like 3 weeks off. What I'd do is I'd come in and I'd set traps at these crossroads. And you know they have to be traveling these roads, the fox and coyotes. I haven't seen any really fresh sign. It's a couple weeks old was the freshest stuff that I've seen. It wouldn't be practical for me to trap this deep back in the woods without being able to use the vehicle. I had to park at the road and then walk in here because there's no vehicle access. So it's like I said, it's not practical for me to do that. I'm already been walking probably for an hour and a half. So for me to put traps in here, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't have time. But man, it is dynamite area. See what I'm talking about here now? There's a big crossroads here. It's a 3-way split. There's a road here, and that's not even dirt. It's just cleared forest road, cleared forest packed dirt. Then behind me is the access road we just walked down. And then if we turn this way, the road keeps going this way. Aye, somebody. He's on guard for something. What do you see over there? Porcupines? So yeah, they have to be used and they'd have to be running on these ridges and stuff. Some of this woods here is old. Some of it is mixed hardwood and then like pine. I hear some more droppings right here, just like I said. Now this is really small, might be gray fox. You see it right here? That's fresh, that's the freshest one. There's another pile right there on the rock here. See, look it. What is that? Who left that? So that's really fresh. That's fresh, right? Let's see what's in there. Here. Looks kind of small. That might not be fox. That's what I said. That's a good spot right there. That travel way up behind me here. There's a big ridge that goes on that way. And as you can see, the woods continue all the way around me here. I believe if I keep going this way, eventually I'll run back into the fence of the reservoir. But that's fresh sign there. That is fresh sign there. We'll mark that on our mental note. Actually, let's have a look here. It looks like a water trench. Yeah, that's what it is too. It's a drain. A ditch. Drain. There's a drain right here. Some of where the roads go through here, You see here, this is not real old growth, it's deciduous mix. There's a couple of conifers and stuff mixed in it. But now if you look on the other side of the road here, a few more pine trees up there. But there's a lot of deciduous woods here, but I know the area we're going, it's more evergreen. But that's fresh sign there, something's been frequenting that. Come on. Okay, let's look some more. There's a nice little mink pool here. A drain under the road. That water's crystal clear. It's probably three feet deep there, and I can see right to the bottom. Nice undercut bank there. The reservoir fence is right next to me here. So obviously the creek water here is running down into the reservoir, but you can see from the debris on the fence here and how beat the fence is, that this water doesn't stay where it's at now. It gets really high when you get a lot of snow melt, and you can see where the debris goes out. It's 2 foot up on the fence here, so it really fills up. Oh man, that's a nice little creek. Got sandbanking over there. I see some little holes dug into the side of the bank there. I don't see any tracks in there though. There's an interesting spot. The drain. Look at those big fells. Oh man, look at the size of that root ball. Wow. It's a big split conifer tree. Obviously it's been down on the ground a little while, but that's huge. It's huge. That tree, I know you might probably can't tell, but that tree is probably 3.5 foot across there. At the base is more. It's probably more like 4.5 foot at that base, but that tree root is huge. It's like the size of the side of a house. But here, look at this convergence of water here. Goes down into the creek here. I'm looking to see if I can see any tracks, but I don't see any. I see deer footprints, but I was looking for coon, or it's a little late for coon. It's been cold and the coon's bed up. You can see the water running down under the tree here in 3 or 4 different spots. Interesting. It's marshy all the way around it too. You can see the moss here. Ordinarily, when it rains a lot, this would be full of water. Where I'm standing, it would be full. I seen some mud in here, soft mud. I thought maybe I could look and see if I seen any mink tracks or anything, but I don't see any. What a nice place though. You can see here, the stream runs right down behind me. You would think there would be a mink hunting that. I guess this is what you would consider a natural cubby. It's big enough for me to sit in out of the rain. There's a whole bunch of nuts in the bottom. Of course, look at the nuts here. You can see where they're chewed by the squirrels. I know, right? Yeah, isn't that something? Okay, we're heading back to the car. It's gonna start getting dark real soon. You know, years and years ago, I used to come in here turkey hunting. A good friend of mine brought us down, showed us a couple of good spots for turkey. His brother used to live close to here, so he spent a lot of time in here looking around. And I have not seen one turkey track in here. I haven't seen turkey droppings, nothing. And that's pretty indicative of even where I hunt on the farm. Maybe once or twice a year I'll get a turkey on trail camera, or see a turkey when I'm out in the stand. But the turkey numbers around me really have gone down a lot. And I think the Game Commission and the wildlife biologists are a little baffled as to why their numbers are so low. There's no reason for it. Last year we had a pretty bad winter with the snow and stuff like that, and hard winters can be detrimental for wildlife populations, of course, especially severe harsh winters can cause high mortality. But before last year, we had a series of pretty mild winters. We might have had a couple of nor'easters. but not sustained heavy snow or anything like that. But yeah, they don't really know as to why the turkey numbers are so low. Now before, when I came down here, I'd see turkey tracks all the time, because this road stays pretty damp and it's hill, so it goes up and down. In the low spots in the road, you always get soft dirt. So I used to always see turkey tracks. I haven't seen one. I have not seen one. I've seen deer tracks. Lots of deer tracks. But you could walk a long time in here and not see a deer. They're always kind of one step ahead of you. But I read an interesting article yesterday in Trapper magazine that I get through the National Trappers Association. And they've done a survey. A lot of people say, you know, to trap fox and coyote to help turkey populations. But the study that they done, they checked the droppings of like almost 300 coyotes in various areas across the state, and they did not find any turkey remains, any turkey DNA, bones, anything in those droppings. And I thought that was amazing. They said that the bigger enemy of turkeys, as a turkey is a ground nesting bird like a pheasant or a quail or a grouse, the biggest enemy of ground nesting birds are possums, raccoons, skunks. Those are your big three. They're nest raiders, you know, nest raiding animals. Now, trapping your coyotes out real low, of course for deer predation, that's different. Coyotes will prey on deer, there's no doubt. They will kill adult deer in packs, they will kill fawns, they will kill sick and weak deer. But of course that's nature's way of keeping the deer herd, you know, pretty healthy. But coyotes also eat raccoons, skunks, and possums because they're easy animals for them to catch. So if you take a lot of coyotes out of your population, it's probably good for your deer herd, but not so good for your turkey population. Thought that was pretty interesting article. Oh, here we go. Yeah, fox droppings again. So I've been seeing fox droppings pretty consistent. What is that? Mm-hmm. Come on, let's get back to the car before we get stuck in here in the dark and we're gonna have to sleep the night. This culvert here is dry. That's dry. So yeah, we have found some sign. Did we see any fisher tracks in the road? No. This road is pretty good. Like I said, it stays pretty soft, but we haven't seen any definite fisher sign. We have seen a lot of fox sign. I'm sure with the wooded area like this, it might be gray fox, so I wouldn't mind putting a few MB550s in here. That's for sure. We're almost back at the crossroads here. That culvert pipe there is where I just found those droppings are pretty fresh there. We can see it here. How thick this low growth woods in here. Man, it is super thick. You barely see your hand in there. And it gets dark quick in there. But the fish are like that too. They like the darker conditions. The older growth wood was actually closer to the road, believe it or not. Some of this I'm sure was logged out and then it's been regrown. This is a nice area. It's quiet in here. But like I said, it's such a big acreage of land. It's huge. It's huge. There's no development on this property. There's housing around it once you get outside it. But there's no development on it. It's all water runoff for the water authority property. And of course, all the water, where the trees is filtering the water, goes down into the reservoir. But yeah, we did see some good sign. No fisher sign. You coming? working our way back to the car. We're way back in the woods now. Okay, we'll keep looking and see what we find. But we're gonna wrap this one up. I hope you liked looking around the big woods. We'll keep looking for sign and see what we find.